Have you ever seen this fishing method before? I've never seen anything like this until I came to Florida. Now, people in Florida, they fish differently than everyone else around the world. They've got some really amazing tactics and techniques because, you know what? We're surrounded by water here. So, of course, you're gonna be good at fishing. This is called a Sputnik sinker. Now, this is an adaptation to the standard Sputnik sinker. This is our own creation. We created it orange to attract fish. But if you don't know what a Sputnik sinker is, this thing has grapples like this. You see these little grapples right here? They grip into the sand so that you can hold a light sinker in heavy current. Now, if you haven't thought about that before, this is a game changer. When it's stuck in the sand, you can keep your bait in one place without your bait floating all the way to the left or all the way to the right. When your bait is floating all the way to the left, all the way to the right, you're missing fish. It's moving so fast that fish can't even see your bait. So really, all you really want to do is be able to keep your bait in one place so that fish can pass it and eat. Now with the Sputnik sinker, these grapples come loose. And they're adjustable how hard they grip. All you got to do is bend it. To set it, you push it up, and it should lock into place. Now this Sputnik sinker works really well on a high-low rig. And if you don't know what a high-low rig is, this is one of the best rigs you can possibly use when fishing. At least surf fishing. Surf fishing is really nice because there's so many different methods you can use to catch fish on the surf. This is one of the most beginner, basic ways, but also one of the most classic, timeless ways to catch fish. With the high-low rig, you have 2 chances to catch a fish, or 1 chance to catch 2 fish at a time. I've noticed that here in Florida, they like to use these floats here. The floats, I learned, are really beneficial because the color of the floats attract the fish in. It also keeps the bait floating up in the surf just like this. Keeps the line from tangling up, and when fish are out there, they're searching for when the waves hit the sand. There's a bunch of critters that come up. Stuff like sand fleas, ghost shrimp, little crabs, and a lot of times the color of those baits are the color of orange and yellow. That's why for our rigs we put orange and yellow, and for our sinkers we put orange, because fish are keyed in and they're looking for this color. Fishing is always so unpredictable. Sometimes it's really calm weather, sometimes it's really windy weather. The best time to use a Sputnik is when the waves are moving really fast, or there's heavy winds, or it's hard to keep your bait in one place. That's when you employ a Sputnik sinker. And honestly, a lot of times I'm out here fishing, it's really windy. But that's when a lot of fish come through. The wind blows the bait in, it makes everything kind of messy, stirs things up, and fish are out hunting during windy days. But we're gonna get fishing right now. It's a windy day, the currents are moving really fast this way. And my pyramid sinkers, they won't hold. And I don't want to have to throw an 8-ounce to hold right in front of me. If you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, it doesn't matter what level you are. Casting really heavy weights and reeling in really heavy weights is never really fun. You want to be able to have the best connection with the fish. And in that, you want to throw the lightest weight you can and it still be holding out there. So instead of throwing an 8-ounce pyramid sinker, I'm throwing a 2-ounce Sputnik sinker. That's a nice hack if you ask me. So let's get fishing. I want to introduce you to my dad, the guy who taught me how to fish, who's inspired me how to fish. We like to go fishing all the time, and if you haven't seen our show before, you'll see that he's one of the best fishermen that I know. So it's a relaxing day here on the beach, here with my dad. We're gonna cast our lines out, see what we catch.
Whoa, whoa, that's a pompano right there.
Whoa, oh look! See, that's the only downside of the Sputnik sinker. Whoa! Woohoo! All right, here's how I apply my bait so it does not fly off the hook, okay? It's really kind of like a no-brainer. You get your shrimp, you hook it through a few times. You don't want to just hook it once. So 3 times is good. It looks like that. You see how the hook is hidden, but the tip is still revealed. Now we're gonna take this Invisi-thread and we're just gonna wrap it. And this is kind of like elastic thread, but when you wrap it, you can't see it at all. So it's like invisible when you wrap. And then, once you're done, you just pull it. Now it's stuck onto the hook, so it can't fly off when you cast. Oh yeah, we're on.
Oh, Picky didn't jump.
Woo! Jumping out there. It's riding the surface back. I think it's not a pompano. I think it could be a bluefish.
Lady,
Lady?
I think. I saw him jump.
I saw it jump too. Maybe a bluefish. Blue, blue, blue. 42. Hut, hut. Hike.
Oh man, that's a big one.
Nice one. Nice one. Bluefish salad, Aaron. Oh, oh, look. On?
Either that
Looks
or
like-
swim towards me.
It looked like it swam right towards you. Maybe it was a pompano. Stuck? Is it stuck down there?
No, it's a weed, seaweed. I better not cast that far out.
How far did you cast it?
Medium, but not that far out.
Same, that's where I caught the bluefish.
Yeah, there's fish. 2 of them.
Whoa, you actually do have fish.
I have 2 whiting.
Whoa! A whiting and a blue at the same time. You thought it was seaweed.
The biggest seaweed I ever seen. Yeah, take one.
That's a good one, Dad. Good job. It's a nice big one.
Oh man, that took my hooks off.
Nice fish.
Oh well. And we tied them.
Feels like something, oh, I think it was just dragging in the sand. Well, that's the problem with the Sputnik sinkers is sometimes it gets so latched in there that it's hard to actually even set the hook. I think I lost, nope. See, that's the only downside of the Sputnik sinker is that it gets so gripped into the sand that when you set the hook, that's your only chance. Once it goes like this, it doesn't hold anymore. But then it's really good because if it's really heavy waves and heavy currents, it actually stays in one place where a pyramid won't. So there's pros and cons. Pros being it grips really well. Cons, it grips too well sometimes. And when a fish pulls and you try and set the hook, it's still stuck on the bottom and you lose the fish. Well, let's give it another try. Once you cast it out there, you want to make sure that it actually grips down there. So give it some line, reel it in tight, and grip it down into the sand. Now once it's gripped, put it down into your rod holder, and you just watch it go. It's kind of like setting a trap, but with this versus a pyramid sinker, you can set the hook, and then if it's nothing, you can leave it there. But this one, when you set the hook or you start reeling it in, and the grapples come undone, game over. You got to bring it in, reset the grapple, and cast it back out there. You get one chance.
Whoa, whoa, that's a pompano right there.
Okay, yeah, we're on. We're on, we're on. Woo! It's shaking its head a lot. Not all fish shake their head like this. I wonder what this one is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This one's mad. Oh, I see it in the surf. It's coming in. Whoa, 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 it's a jumper. Oh, nice.
Wow,
Another
we're gonna have
bluefish.
Bluefish for sure.
We're filling our cooler with bluefish now. See that? When the water's a little bit dirty like this orange and yellow color, although they're colorblind, they can see this tint and it attracts them in. Some people call this trash fish. I love eating bluefish.
That drink mixed with some fish smell remind me of Mexico.
Well, we're in Mexico right now. We can pretend we're in
Oh, you
Mexico.
have better Mexico.
You know, Tim is in Mexico right now.
Really?
Yeah,
What the hell's wrong with him?
he wanted to go catch some dorado from the shore.
Oh, it's a season now, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
By himself?
By himself, yeah.
Dang. That's a hardcore
He's out there.
man right there.
He says he's hooked on it now.
Where did he stay?
Probably same place.
Playa Grande?
Probably same place. I don't think Playa Grande actually. Man, we're catching these left and right. Even though the current is moving really fast, if you can get it anchored in one place, lots of fish.
It's gotta look heavy.
Huh?
It's got pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy?
I don't know, maybe it's
Maybe it's a pompano.
Let's see on the surface.
Oh,
It's not pompano.
that's a pompano.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, no, no, it's not. It's a big one. What is that? Oh, it's a jack.
Damn it.
I thought that was a pompano.
That look like pompano.
That's a big one. Good job.
Wow.
Good job. That's a jackano.
Jackano?
Do we eat those?
No, we're not even. Look at the teeth. All right, go home.
What happened?
The bait come off.
Your bait flew off?
Yeah,
You gotta use this.
I did.
This is Invisi-Thread. This helps keep your bait on without flying off. And they've been using this. Whoa, something's happening here.
I look like a pump.
Woohoo! Kicking, it's kicking. I just casted that out. Oh yeah, it's swimming with the surf right now. It feels like the grapples of the sinker have not come loose and it's dragging on the bottom right now. That's one of the downsides of using a Sputnik sinker. Yeah, it's definitely dragging. All right. This is a bluefish, one of the most ferocious fish in the ocean. If you can look, how sharp those teeth are. They can cut your lines apart. They can cut your lines so easily. This is a really special sinker that you've probably never seen before. The specialty for this sinker is when it's on the bottom and you're jigging it up and down, it goes up and down like this. This is weighted. And when it goes up and down, sand shoots through these holes. With that disruption, there's a piece of bait right here. So it looks like a fish is digging for some bait fish or some clams or crabs or something exciting. This makes some excitement, so it attracts fish in. It shoots sand up here and it makes a commotion. Then there's bait on the end of it, just like this. So what my technique is here is I'm gonna jig, let the sand come up, then I'm gonna slowly reel it in so that the bait is right over top of it. So the way I have this set up is I've got a high-low rig here. Instead of tying a traditional sinker, I've tied this special sinker on the end. This special sinker makes a big commotion and it's tied to another hook, another circle hook here. So I'm gonna put shrimp or ghost shrimp or whatever bait you want down here. And then I'm also gonna bait up the two hooks on top. So I've got 3 chances to catch a fish. Now the difference with this kind of fishing and the Sputnik sinker kind of fishing is with this kind of fishing, you're actively searching around. So I'm casting it there and I'm jigging it back really slowly, making a commotion, and I'm hunting for the fish. Whereas the Sputnik sinkers, I'm casting it out there and I'm setting my traps. This is a different kind of trap, it's more active. So if you don't like to just keep your bait in one place, sit and wait, and you want to do something with your hands, this sinker is perfect. It's a mixture of a jig and a sinker at the same time. So I'm just gonna bait up all 3 hooks right now, and it's important to just take your time, bait it up correctly, use the threading so that it doesn't come off the hook, because there's gonna be a lot of little things trying to peck at this. It makes a ton of commotion underwater. So all 3 are gonna be secured on tightly. So when this makes a commotion, all that sand comes up. It looks like something is happening. Then you stop jigging and you just drag it really slowly. And this rises from the sand. And there's also two other pieces right here. So it attracts the fish in to your bait just by making a commotion. You see that? And like I said, this is a more active way of fishing. Instead of just casting it and leaving it, I'm gonna cast it and slowly, slowly jig it in. First, I'm gonna cast it as far as I can. So I've casted it really far out there now. Now I'll let it sink. Then I'm gonna get a tight feel on my line. Then I'm just gonna go like this, just gently to make a commotion. Then I'm gonna leave it, bring the tip up a little bit, move that bait right over top of that cloud of sand. If I don't get a bite, I do it again. Reel it in, pick it up slowly. This is a technique that I learned fishing in Japan, off of the boats there. And now I'm applying it to Florida, because I think it's gonna work really well. In Japan, it takes a careful finesse to catch fish, just because there's a lot of fishing that goes on there. So this technique is a really careful finesse. It gives you an extra edge to have a sinker like this, and it seems like in Japan, any little extra edge is helpful for them. I feel the same way. This way I can search deep, and I can search shallow. I got something little tapping it, but I'm waiting for something big. That's why I have it tied onto my hooks, so if something little like this, I don't have to worry. And this is an awesome technique. I can just walk up and down the beach, just searching left, right, far, close, without having to just sit down and wait. Something for someone with ADD. I don't have ADD. I have ADHD, it's different. Ooh! Oh, it got off. But there was something. Right. I think it's just to make sure you keep a tight line so you can feel it when anything bites it. You don't want it slack. And you also don't want to jig it too hard. Just little twitches like this make it go up and down and make some commotion around your sinker. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Another one on its way in. I was just bouncing it on the bottom. Got another one. So when the other method slows down and you're bored and you want to just catch some fish, this is a good way to just cast it out and search for fish. That worked pretty well. And this time I only have two hooks on. One on the bottom, one on the top. That's a pretty cool sinker. So if you want to try this sinker out for yourself, I have a few left on my website. I've got them back specially from Japan. If you guys want to try it, I want you guys to try it and let me know how it works for you. This is just one method to use it. Honestly, if you took it to a pier and you just jigged straight up and down, or you took it to a boat and you just jigged straight up and down, I'm sure you're gonna get a lot. That's what I did in Japan, and we caught a ton of fish. This is a new method to use on the beach. I'm experimenting with it, and I really think it's gonna work pretty well. But I need to test that out a little bit more before I can say I'm 100% confident in it. Oh yeah, this is with that special sinker we got. Yeah, totally different method. This one you're supposed to drift with it. And I was just bouncing. All right. Same fish, different method. That worked really well, actually. Pompano? Maybe.
Potential.
Potentially. Ho ho. This is my redfish spot.
And maybe the redfish there.
Could be redfish. Is it big?
Yeah.
I hope it's a redfish. I see it.
What is it? Don't tell me there's a blue.
Pomp?
Huh?
Either a pompano or a jack. I think it's a jack.
Maybe a jack. No, my luck. If that was a
Jack?
Pompano, you were screaming already. Yeah. Second jack for the day. Oh, pretty color. Now you can go home from here. You gotta go home from here, buddy. Ah.
Those are two different sinkers for two different purposes. I hope you learned something. This is something that I love to do. I like to come out to the beach and try different methods. I've learned a lot of techniques fishing here in Florida, and I want to share with anyone who's coming to visit or anyone who just wants to learn how to beach fish. I've got a lot of techniques on my website, HeySkipperOfficial.com. If you want to learn more, visit our website. I've got all these sinkers on my website. You can, what? Yeah. Whoa, jumping. Got a jumper. Today was a ton of bluefish. But as you can see, there's many ways to catch one kind of fish. This is just my way that I like to do it, but there's a lot of different ways. That's what I love about fishing. There's so many different ways to skin a cat or to catch fish. Anyways, I'm gonna take these bluefish home now, make some bluefish salad, and enjoy my catch. Thanks for watching. See you next week.